OSRC News at 7. OSRC beams searchlight on benefits, risk of IVF after medical breakthrough. FG reforms agri-sector, focuses on increased productivity for farmers. NNPC rules out Port Harcourt refinery sales, plans full rehabilitation. Netherlands imposes travel bans on Israeli ministers amid diplomatic tensions.
Good evening and welcome to the News at 7, coming to you live from OSRC Television. I am Obi Chukwemeka Uti. We begin tonight from the home front. The Ondo State Executive Council has approved the payment of 3.5 billion naira counterpart fund for rural access and agricultural marketing project RAMP in the state. At the State Executive Council meeting presided by Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, the council also took other far-reaching decisions that promote the betterment of the state and the people. The Commissioner for Infrastructure, Lands and Housing, Engineer Abiola Olawoye, stated that this financial commitment underscores Governor Aiyedatiwa's drive to enhance the state's physical infrastructure and environmental resilience. He noted that the Executive Council also directed the Ministry of Infrastructure to embark on a statewide inspection of roads across all 18 local government areas to identify those in dire need of repair. In the meantime, major junctions and roundabouts in Akure have become hotspots of congestion and disorder, causing daily discomfort for residents and road users. There are renewed calls for effective urban planning to restore order and sanity to these intersections. Ayoluwa Tomiwa Adetunji reports.
The Ondo State capital, Akure, battles daily with chaotic traffic signs and gridlocks at major junctions and roundabouts from Nepa and Ojaoba to Oba Adeshida and Arakale. Navigating these intersections is a constant struggle for both motorists and pedestrians. Indiscriminate parking, roadside trading, and overcrowding have worsened the situation, often grinding movement to a halt and raising concerns about safety and order.
There are congestions at major road, especially where the pedestrians used to, where it is built for pedestrians to be passing, and even in the middle of the market, no road to pass. Even the wheelbarrow can push down a 90-year-old man, a woman that is walking, without apology.
We should also be conscious of this crowdiness. We should be mindful of our security. People should not see it as an avenue for liberty. We should be conscious of this. So we should let this be the way it should be. So the people should also make sure they maintain sanity. When they come to where they stay, crowdiness, we should avoid it. We should avoid congestion. We should avoid conurbation in the sound. So we should make sure we do things the way it's supposed to be.
Many residents say lasting solutions are long overdue. They are calling for redesigned road structures, the installation of functional traffic lights, and dedicated pedestrian walkways to ease the pressure on these busy junctions.
It is high time now, maybe they do something. They back it up by law. So if they have some people that are being punished by law, maybe they will be deterrents.
The Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Mr. Sunday Olajide, said steps are already being taken to decongest these intersections and restore order across the state capital.
We have this Okada and tricycle riders around Nepal side, and now there is a concerted effort to relocate them. And I'm sure if you get to the place now, it's more clearer than it used to be. So then generally most of the junctions we have introduced some orderliness, and of course if you are cognizant of the traffic situation in Akure now we have the government is resuscitating the traffic lights and trying to make sure that the traffic lights are working. If you around the cathedral, that one is working perfectly now, and the number of other ones, I think the government is working on it.
Residents, however, remain cautiously optimistic, hoping that the ministry's intervention will bring long-term relief and make daily commuting in Akure safer and convenient. For now, all eyes remain on the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development as the city awaits concrete actions to resolve the persistent traffic chaos at these notorious junctions. Ayolua Tomiwa Adetunji, OSRC News.
Vice President Kashim Shettima says the federal government is committed to improving the output of smallholder farmers with modern inputs and funding. Shettima, at a meeting with the president of the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, Alvaro Lario, underscored the administration's resolve to empower the farmers, especially youth and women, with access to finance and mechanization. He explained that Nigeria's plan included scaling up existing IFAD-supported projects to reach more rural communities. In the meeting with the Food and Agricultural Organization DG, Shettima sought the organization's partnership in reviving the Lake Chad region, enhancing all-year farming, and supporting the Green Revolution project of the federal government. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of the Deputy Controller General, Adeyemi Olumode, as the new substantive Controller General of the Federal Fire Service effective 14th August 2025. Secretary to the Civil Defense Correctional Fire and Immigration Services Board, retired Major General Jibril, who conveyed the appointment in a statement in Abuja, noted that the appointment follows the retirement of the current Controller General, Abdulganiyu Jaji Olola, upon attaining the age of 60. Adeyemi brings a wealth of experience to his new role, having grown to the rank of Deputy Controller General of Fire in the Human Resource Directorate of the service headquarters. In the course of his career, the officer had attended and passed all mandatory in-service training, command courses, as well as other courses within and outside the country. He also served in various capacities. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has directed immediate employment of 200 National Youth Service Corps NYSC honorees into the Federal Civil Service. The President also announced 250,000 Naira cash award and a scholarship to pursue postgraduate degree at any Nigerian university for the 200 honorees in recognition of their outstanding service during the 2020 to 2023 service years. This is as President Tinubu showed empathy to 10 fiscally challenged former corps members who sustained varying degrees of disability while serving, directing that they should be offered federal employment and assuring them that the government will never forget their service. The President at the Combined President's NYSC Honors Award Ceremony 2020 to 2023 in Abuja celebrated the awardees for their discipline, commitment, selflessness, teamwork, patriotism, and integrity. Tinubu, who reinforced the administration's commitment to youth empowerment, called on the honorees and Nigerian youths alike to continue to have faith in Nigeria, urging them not to yield to those seeking to destabilize the nation. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) has ruled out the sale of the Port Harcourt Refining Company, reaffirming its commitment to completing high-grade rehabilitation and retention of the plant. Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Bayo Ojulari, made the announcement during a company-wide town hall meeting at the NNPC Towers in Abuja, ending weeks of speculations over the future of the country's most prominent state-owned refining asset. A statement by the company management described selling the Port Harcourt Refining Company as ill-advised and sub-commercial. Ojulari's remarks come amid rising public concern sparked by his earlier comments at the 2025 OPEC seminar in Vienna, where he said all options are on the table regarding the future of Nigeria's refineries. He stated that the new position of the firm isn't a shift, rather it is informed by ongoing detailed technical and financial reviews of the Port Harcourt, Kaduna and Warri refineries. The House of Representatives Committee on China-Nigeria Parliamentary Relations has launched an investigation into a viral video depicting some Nigerians in Central African Republic, CAR, alleging abandonment and passport seizure by a Nigerian businessman purportedly linked to a Chinese company. In the circulated video, the affected Nigerians expressed their grievances, claiming they were hired by a purported Chinese company in Nigeria only to be taken to the Central African Republic, where they were left without pay and had their international passport withheld. But in a statement by the committee's chairman, Jafaru Yakubu, the committee assured that a thorough investigation will be conducted to uncover the truth behind the alleged abandonment of Nigerian workers. The committee stated that China-Nigeria relations have flourished over time, yielding significant results across key sectors, including trade, investment, infrastructure, technology, human capital development, and people-to-people partnerships. It urged the media and the public to report on China-Nigeria relations in a fair, balanced manner, reflecting the mutual solidarity between the two nations. You're watching Osrc News at 7. We'll go on this break. When we return, the news continues. Please stay with us.
It is time to prioritize your health with the Jiggy Ashiwaju Free Medical Outreach. Date, Thursday, 7th August 2025. Time, 8 a.m. prompt. Venue, Grassroots Movement for Tinubu Office, number 25, Oyemekun Road, Adigbola Junction, Akure. Come and enjoy a full range of absolutely free medical services, medical checkups, eye examinations, free eyeglasses, free medications, and many more health-boosting surprises. It is your chance to care for your body, protect your vision, and take charge of your health at no cost. Tell your neighbors, bring your family. This is a medical outreach with purpose and compassion. Proudly brought to you by the Grassroots Movement for Tinubu Ondo State Chapter, working to build a healthier and stronger community. GMT. In God we trust.
Enjoy the delicious blend of cocoa, milk, and sugar with the chocolaty nourishment of Peak Chocolate Milk Powder.
You're welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 7, coming to you live from Osrc Television. You can also watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. Now, in recent years, in vitro fertilization (IVF) has become a beacon of hope for many couples battling infertility. While the medical breakthrough has brought joy to millions, it also carries certain risks that are often overlooked. Our correspondent Oluwanifemi Abayomi reports on the gains and the dangers associated with IVF.
Infertility has long been a source of emotional and psychological distress for many couples. But with the advent of in-vitro fertilization, science has offered a powerful solution, one that bypasses natural conception by fertilizing the egg outside the body before implanting it into the uterus. The gains are undeniable. Medical experts said IVF has helped millions of couples experience the joy of parenthood. Success rates have improved significantly with technological advancements, and for women with blocked fallopian tubes, low sperm count, and unexplained infertility, it is often the only path to conception.
I feel like it's like giving hope to people that you know that they do not have an advantage. Childbirth for a woman is actually a big deal. So when you can give them a means, like when a woman has tried to give birth, and for years the trauma, everything that comes with it, and you can find a way forward for them. I feel like it's a good development, and technologically it's a plus one.
These days, because it's becoming a popular thing, people believe that until you have done IVF, you may not be able to conceive. Even those who have a little delay now, everything is IVF. And both the patients and the institution that is the health centers, some people, once they have an IVF facility, those you're supposed to even work up, if they can conceive naturally. You don't want to do it again, you want to go to IVF straight.
Beyond personal joy, IVF has supported medical research, fertility preservation for cancer patients, and can aid in preventing the transmission of genetic disorders through embryo screening. Alongside the triumph lies several risks: physical, emotional, and ethnical.
IVF is associated with a lot of abnormalities. So, and if you now have the congenital abnormalities, will you now go and blame the hospital? Or are you going to blame yourself? Some people will now be asking. And another thing, when people want to do IVF, they don't listen to you. Once they have made up their mind, they want to do IVF. Even we are telling them it's not 100% success rate, it's very expensive, they will go and do this struggle. At the end of the day, when the thing now fails, they become violent. Or it's a state of denial. Some of them can even threaten to burn, threaten to sue, threaten to do this. But as a physician, you understand them. It's a reactionary period. They will get to point of resolution and they will accept. Everything will be resolved.
Emotionally, the roller coaster of high expectation, financial burden, and repeated failure can lead to stress, depression, and relationship drain. In some cases, couples invest life saving in treatment that may not yield results.
IVF can affect any stage of your health system, from physical to mental to social, because you lose money if it fails. And mentally, you are not okay. Physically, you will be affected. Emotionally, you will be affected. So these artists will look at it that it is not for immature mind or somebody that is not emotionally mature.
Before now, women giving birth through CS was actually a stigma as well. Though you have to give birth, in quotes, the Hebrew women delivery. So, but now there's much eye opener. You either die or go through CS, and many mothers are now even doing voluntary or elective CS as we have it. So I think IVF is sooner or later going to get into that category that people will get to understand that this is not a death sentence. This is not like something that is forbiddable. It has come to stay.
Ethnically, IVF raises questions about embryo disposal, selection, and growing use of third-party donors and surrogacy. Despite the risk, experts say with proper medical guidance and counseling and realistic expectations, many of the dangers can be managed.
Some people will bring their family that they want to do IVF, that they will share the children, the product from it. I said, no matter what came, he said the brother is not rich. He is rich. They want to use the wife of the brother to donate the egg, to be the one that will carry the pregnancy. Then I said, even if you carry the worst of the baby, you have money to train your own children. they don't have money to train their own children, they will always accuse you of carrying the best because you are the one that has the money. You are carrying the best of the children. When you are old, they will go behind you to tell the child that you are not the father or you are the father. So it's IVF is like a black market. Everybody should be innocent in the sense that the physician is innocent, you are innocent, and we are relying on God. Only we are now carrying the work of God.
As the demand for fertility treatment grows, the conversation must expand beyond access, success rates, to include safety, emotional wellness, and informed choice. IVF, like other medical interventions, is a tool. Its benefits best realized when its risks are fully understood. Oluwanifemi Abayomi, OSRC News.
Let's now turn our attention to Kwara State, where the government has evacuated 94 street beggars from various parts of Ilorin, the state capital, with plans to prosecute and repatriate them after proper profiling. The beggars, who made up of 43 females and 51 males, were arrested during a coordinated operation led by the Commissioner for Social Welfare and Development, Dr. Miriam Nafatima Imam. Speaking during the exercise, Dr. Imam said the government had earlier carried out 2 similar repatriations efforts and warned that street begging could not be tolerated in the state. She added that the government often collaborates with home states of the beggars before they are repatriated. Dr. Imam urged the public to stop giving arms to street beggars, noting that there are better and safer ways to help the needy. We're now going on another commercial break. When we return, the news continues. Don't go away.
The Nigeria Broadcasting Awards, TMBA, is back for its 2nd edition. Are you the voice behind the mic, the face on the screen, or the producer of that story that moved the nation? Broadcasters from Bond member stations can now submit their best work. Entries open from July 1st to July 31st, 2025. There are 12 award categories, each for radio and television, from Best Station of the Year to Best News, Drama, Sports, Documentary, and Talk Shows, whether in English or rendered in indigenous languages. Eligible entries are for works aired between January 1st and December 31st, 2024. Do you have what it takes to be named Presenter of the Year, Reporter of the Year, Newscaster of the Year, or Channel of the Year? Then visit www.tmbaawards.ng on how to submit your entries. The Nigeria Broadcasting Awards, celebrating excellence.
You're welcome back. The Northern Senators Forum has condemned the brutal killing of at least 35 civilians in Kaura Namoda local government area of Zamfara State. In a condolence message, the forum chairman, Abdulaziz Yaradua, described the killings as a painful reminder of Nigeria's worsening security challenges. Yaradua condoled with the people of Kaura Namoda, particularly families of victims who were murdered despite reportedly paying ransoms. The forum emphasized that the North is known for peace and hospitality, and acts of violence only tarnish that identity. The senators, who called for increased collaboration between security agencies and local vigilantes to track and prosecute the perpetrators, commended President Bola Tinubu for his ongoing support to security agencies, including funding, recruitment drives, and training efforts. The forum in the statement prayed for the souls of the departed and reaffirmed its solidarity with the people of Zamfara in this time of grief. Elsewhere, heavy rainfall in the early hours of today has collapsed 8 buildings and displaced some residents in Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State. A report says the rain lasted for about 3 hours, leading to the displacements of families in Bulumkutu, Abuja, Mudunganari, Ngomari, and other riverbank areas. Meanwhile, the State Police Command said it has swung into action and mobilized its men for rescue operations across areas where buildings collapsed. A statement by the spokesperson for the command, ASP Nahum Dasso, said 8 buildings collapsed due to the flooding. The police spokesman said the Commissioner of Police, Naziru Abdulmaji, commended the swift response of the officers involved and called on residents to remain calm and law-abiding. The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCAM) has called for calm over the protest by some Ghanaians alleging that Nigerians are behind the crimes in the country. NIDCAM Chairman Abike Dabiri-Erewa in a statement faulted what she described as the blanket generalization of Nigerians in Ghana as criminals. Dabiri-Erewa also called on Nigerians in Ghana not to be provoked by the action or resort to violence. She assured them that the country's authorities are handling the issue. She asked Nigerians to disregard videos circulating that Nigerian shops and properties are being destroyed by Ghanaians. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Diaspora and Non-Governmental Organization, Anye Kambasi, has condemned the recent protests in Ghana targeting Nigerians, describing it as disturbing and contrary to the spirit of African brotherhood. Moving on to the foreign scene, hundreds of Sudanese crowded into Cairo's main station to begin their journey to Khartoum. They are among thousands of displaced Sudanese returning from Egypt into territory retaken by the Sudanese armed forces in Khartoum since the start of this year. Kemisola Ojomo has more.
At a crowded train station in Cairo, Egypt, Malaz Afif is celebrating. She is among the thousands of displaced Sudanese streaming back from Egypt into territory retaken by the Sudanese Armed Forces from the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, in Khartoum since the start of this year.
I'm very happy that we are returning to Sudan after a long time away, she says.
Over 4 million Sudanese fled to neighboring countries, including more than 1.5 million to Egypt after war broke out between the army and the RSF in April 2023. That is according to the figures from the International Organization for Migration, or IOM. Since the start of this year, the IOM reported that over 190,000 people have crossed the border from Egypt into Sudan. The returnees at the station toted large suitcases and bags full of possessions as they waited to board a free train to the southern Egypt city of Aswan. From there, they would take buses to Khartoum. Some wore hats with "Thank you Egypt" written on them in Arabic. Despite the relative calm in the capital, fighting between the RSF and the army is still raging in parts of the country. The war was triggered by a dispute over a transition to civilian rule between the army and the RSF. It has displaced over 12 million people and pushed half the population into acute hunger. According to the United Nations, many Sudanese in Egypt have complained of difficulty in finding jobs and discrimination, and Egypt has deported thousands of refugees, it says, entered illegally. Thousands of others have fled onwards to Libya. Kemisola Ojomo, OSRC News.
The Dutch government has summoned Israel's ambassador to the Netherlands to denounce what it says is an unbearable and indefensible situation in Gaza. In a letter published late on Monday, the government said it had imposed travel bans on 2 far-right Israeli cabinet ministers, Itamar Ben-Gvir and Bezalel Smotrich. Israel has condemned the move, calling it hostile. And now to end the news, here is the major highlight. We told you that medical experts have cautioned Nigerians on the emotional, financial, and ethical risk associated with in vitro fertilization as Osrc spotlights medical breakthrough. And that's the news at 7. Thank you very much for being a part of it. Good evening.